Hello, everybody. This is HQ here. Today we got a special. We got 3 women trying to figure out relationships and advice from Ashley. And we were going to take it one at a time and see what was the deal with these ladies. Why couldn't they figure out a relationship? Why couldn't they figure out what was going on with the relationship? So we're going to listen to all 3 and do some summations.
Hello, sister.
Oh my goodness, I'm so nervous. Hi. I'm just wanted to come on. I kind of feel like I went out bad, like over an ex that I was talking to. I'm in the middle of taking out my weed. But anyway, I don't know. How do you come back from that? Do you feel like you just embarrass yourself and just
Wait. You said it so fast. I missed the whole story.
Okay.
You said the story already? Hold on. Okay. Slow down. Okay. Let's start again.
Okay, so we were talking for about 3 months. He wanted to go out of town. So I was like, well, I got a lot of things going on this year. So he was like, don't worry about it. I'll pay for the trip. So the closer it got to the date of the trip, and I was like, well, I'll help out with some things that you may need, like shoes or, some things like that. So the closer it got to the date of the trip, he started to like ghost me. So I was like, I don't know. And then I don't know. Instead of me just playing it cool, I just kind of like went into this thing of like, is he trying to... So I just kind of like said some, inappropriate things. I called him not needed and different things like that. And so he just called it off. And that was just it. And I was like, was it just because I called you not needs, or were you planning on already doing this? So I don't know.
You called the man not needs?
I called him not needed. I called him a not needed liar.
See, let's be clear. You ain't top tier. Of course, we would have to see who you're dating, right? But you're not top tier. And sometimes when you're not top tier, you have to wait and assess situations. You can't jump to the conclusion that he don't want to be bothered. You have to make him say it. You can't be the first one to jump out the window because you might have made a mistake. He might have just been laying back in the cut. You have to wait for his assessment because you're not top cut. Let's finish.
Okay, wait. So did you meet this man online?
I did, but he knew like a lot of people like from my neighborhood and different things like that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he planning to fly you out 3 months. Okay, y'all met 3 months ago. He was planning to fly you out 3 months later, right?
Right, correct.
And then as it got closer to the date of you getting flued out, he started to like not text you as much, not call you as much.
Right, correct.
Okay, so then as a reaction, you were thinking, well, why are you switching up? So now I'm gonna go off on you and tell you about yourself. And then he's like, wait, hold on, what's going on?
Did that make sense to y'all? Did that make sense for you to go the hell off and you don't even know the situation? He could be having a personal issue. We don't know. But instead of you sitting back in the cut being the nice girl and not the hyena girl, being the nice girl and saying, hey, babe, what's going on with you? I haven't gotten any texts. I haven't gotten as much attention. You jump straight out the window and then confront the man and he ain't even said nothing. Self-sabotage. You want a relationship or you want some combative activity? We looking to have relationships, right? So I don't expect this kind of confrontation from my girls out there. We got to do better.
And he's like, you know what? Forget it. So this is what happened.
Yeah, and it's like he called me one morning, and I was like, are you so excited about the trip? Just asking him about different things. And that's when he was like, well, I don't think you should get excited about the trip until, it happens. Because I don't get excited about things until they happen. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. So, I just kind of left it at that. And then, like I said, each time I call him, he always had to call me back. So I was like, it was just, I don't know. It was really confusing.
He never purchased the plane ticket, is what I'm assuming.
Never purchased the plane ticket.
Oh, I thought he purchased it and then you planned on 3 months later to get, okay, all right.
Oh, well, then we got a whole different situation. Was you giving him the okie-doke? Was you giving him the punani and he was just using you for the punani and using you, stringing you along? Or were he just waiting for you to jump out the window like you did, and then he was going to tell you, I ain't have no intention of paying for no trip? God, you don't even know. All I know.
Oh, so he wasn't even planning on.
Exactly. And then he was like, well, I really don't have any money like I used to, and different things like that. So I was like,
wait a minute, honey, who is you dating? What do you mean? See, this is your fault. Right off the bat, I'm telling you, this is your fault. Why is it your fault? Because you should have insisted upon the money for the trip as soon as possible. Insisted on seeing the tickets as soon as possible. Insisted on buying the tickets as soon as possible. As soon as you suggested it, as soon as he suggested it, as soon as you all suggested it, you should have been on top of that. See, you got yourself played. You had to ensure these things were done. And what kind of man is you dating anyway? And he ain't gave you no confirmation number and told you nothing about no trip. And you all excited buying stuff, getting stuff ready, and he ain't even going. And you ain't even seen nothing. But then you go the hell off even before you see tickets. But then again, he could have bought tickets and he finna take somebody else.
Well, I'm just confused of why would you say anything if you're not planning on doing anything. So, with me, I do have a really foul mouth and I'm upset, and it's just some things that I'm working on. But it was just, I don't know, it just felt really confusing. So I don't know. It just, for me, I have to accept the fact that, he was just playing games, but how do you come back from, because I always seemed like the cool girl, the one that always kept her temper, that always kept her, I never really showed out.
No. Don't try to play it down now. You one of the hyenas. Because you said, I got a foul mouth. So in order for you to know that you have a foul mouth, that means you've used it before to the detriment of relationships, which tells me you understand that you're a hyena. And like I said when we came out the gate, you don't look that goddamn good for you to be a hyena going off telling somebody you need to make sure them tickets is bought. You need to do what you need to do before you even see the tickets. How long you been dating this man? For one thing, was you giving up to sex?
Or anybody in public, never did any of that.
Yeah, it sounds like he was stringing you along. That's what I feel. Like he was stringing you along, and y'all just created an emotional connection over the phone. That's what y'all talk.
I know she ain't even saying that they never even met in person. I know she ain't even saying that bullshit right there.
Talking all day, texting all day, talking about your dreams. Go ahead.
Yeah, and different things. He would come over and sit or do different things like that. Huh?
He's been to your house.
Yeah, he has. He has came to the house and picked up my car and because he said, you're a single mom, you're a single mom, so I just like to come pick up your car. He'll go gas it up and different things, but that was about it. We went out a few times.
Oh, Tiffany, I figured when he said he's gonna fly you out, I thought he lived in another state and you were going to see.
No, we live right around each other. It was like a trip that we wanted to go on, where he wanted to go on with his family and with his cousins, and he wanted to, take me with him.
Oh, there you go. He's still going on that trip. He's still going. You just ain't going because you went off on him. So now you ain't going. Don't worry about it. This is what this is. You burnt up the trip when you went off. And he was having second thoughts. Should I or should I not? Should I or should I not take her? And then you went off. And then he was like, oh, hell no, I ain't even bought tickets. Don't worry about it. You think he finna turn around and not go with his family? He going with his family. You just ain't going. He ain't got enough money for you. He just ain't made enough money for you. That's it. That's all.
But then, he was for half the money, and I had, things going on with my funds this year that I was planning on doing. So I was like, it's fine. And he was like, oh, I got you. And, it just kind of...
He was asking her for half the money, y'all. You should have known right then when you didn't come up with half the money that you wasn't going. You should have just said, you go ahead and do your thing. And then when you get back, we'll pick it up. We'll pick it up when you get back. He didn't have the money and he wasn't finna pay for you to go. Or maybe he did have the money and he still wasn't paying for you to go. And you didn't come up with your money. So he was like, oh no, you ain't got to worry about that. I'm going. He going, but not with you. Because you showed out on him one good time.
Look crazy closer to the date. That's all.
Oh, okay. Yes. So it sounds like y'all were already in a relationship and, y'all did some things, grown folk things, and he got comfortable and he's like, I don't have to do those things for her. That's what that feels like.
No, what he said was, she's mediocre. She's mediocre relationship-wise. She mediocre in the look. She got kids. She kind of thick. He said, hell to the no on all these fronts. On all the and if she gave him a little nookie, oh well, I got a little nookie. Cause they love them big girls too. They'll bust down them big girls. And she just happened to get busted down.
Like to me, Tiff. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
So chalk it up to the game. It's called charge it to the game, because that's what it is. Charge it to the game and keep moving, girlfriend.
Are you gonna let it go?
We're definitely gonna let it go. No. Yeah. It's just, how do you come back from that? Because with being a single mom, I've been in the bed for months since it happened, feeling kind of down about it. And
what? You mean to tell me this motherfucker, this dusty male who couldn't even afford to buy you a ticket, you've been in the bed in the dumps, but then again, maybe you don't get that many dates. I don't know. Like I said, you on a below average scale, so you got to do what you got to do. I understand when you open the gates with your mouth, you get to talking greasy with your mouth. You're a single mama. You sort of, a little overweight. You may be a 2 in the face, 3 in the face. You ain't rich. I understand when you all of these things, right? You don't open your mouth to be no hyena and you got a fish on the line. What you did was you opened your mouth, you became a hyena, and the fish jumped off the damn hook. That's what happened. And now you in bed mad, you upset because he got the nookie and he bounced on you. But it was all your fault because you was doing that hyena shit. And you can't do that hyena shit and you don't look good. And the first thing I said when we walked out of the gate and looked at you was, you don't look that damn good for you to be doing that hyena behavior. And you did the hyena behavior. So you got what you got.
I don't know. I don't know.
How long did that happen? You said months ago. How many months ago?
3 months now.
Oh, 3 months. And you haven't been back out there? You haven't tried?
I have not had any more social media, nothing. I have deleted everything.
Well, you can't let someone stop the show, my love, Tiffany. You got to pull yourself together, and you got to get yourself back out there. It happens, it happens. People.
Well, it's going to continue to happen to her because don't no man want to see no hyena behavior. She said she got a filthy, foul mouth. Just imagine, I'm already dealing with you and you're a single mother. I'm already dealing with you and you're not as good looking as I expect you to be. I'm already dealing with you and you're poor too. I'm already dealing with these situations and you open your mouth and everything that come out of it is foul and bogus. And it's hyena like. Ain't no way no man going back over there. There's negatives and then there's a whole bunch of negatives. And you got a whole bunch of negatives. Next female. We got this next girl getting on camera, right? She had a unique situation. But we gonna deal with her too because she thinks she all that in a bag of chips. And the problem is she too dumb to understand what she's doing.
For sure.
Let's talk.
All right.
Oh, hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Welcome.
Thank you. So I am 27. And I never dated older men, but recently I started dating an older guy. He's 41. I didn't know he was 41 when I met him. I would put him like at 32, 35 at the oldest. So I just want to know like any advice you have about dating older men. We've been on 2 dates so far. And for the third date, he offered to cook me dinner at his house.
No.
I was about to say I feel comfortable doing that because I'm not taking him serious. So my expectations really aren't super, super high. I'm kind of feeling it out and getting out of my comfort zone by even dating someone older than me. That's the only reason I feel comfortable. And two, he goes to my church, so I don't feel like he would try anything. But on that same note,
he's a man, He's a man.
Yeah. So you feel like he gonna try something?
Of course he is. He's attracted to you. That's why he's asking you to come over to his house. And have a drink and have dinner and cuddle up. What y'all gonna do? You gonna sit on this side of the couch? He's gonna sit on that.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to do all that. Like, I just want to have dinner, maybe kiki kaka for like 2 seconds and then leave.
Okay, why can't you kiki kaka over Thai food, over sushi?
Yeah,
you gotta be in the confines of his house.
I agree.
And you're 27. Like, you should. I'm assuming around 27, women start to get a little bit more serious because 30 is approaching, and you want to think about, maybe eventually I might want something serious.
Yeah.
And if he's not making your life easier, why are you in his house? Did he buy you roses? Did he get you a new bottle of perfume? Did he take you shopping?
That's what I said.
Has he asked you, do you need anything? Are you open? Not even a prayer, and he opens the
No. Which shows me that he's not taking me serious either.
Well, see, here's the thing. Why would you go over to his house on date after date after date? He's not taking her seriously. She's not taking him seriously. So what are you doing? I think She's tiptoeing up to the line, guys, to see, is he going to give me something? Is he not going to give me something? He's older. Maybe he's a sugar daddy. He ain't offered nothing because he know the game. He think he going to get some snatch without giving up no money. Unfortunately for him, that's your lane when you deal with girls that age. So they're at a stalemate because this is what I believe she wants. I believe she wants him to sprinkle her with moolah. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But he ain't got to the point where he gonna sprinkle until he get a taste of the nookie. And she ain't giving up the taste of the nookie.
Because I was telling my friend, I'm like, we've been on 2 dates and none of those dates has been a candlelit dinner, champagne glasses. It's been very casual. And I feel like you playing with me a little bit because I'm young. So I don't know.
You're not 25, babe.
Wait a minute. Why is it that candlelight dinners would mean that he ain't playing with you? So candlelight dinners means he's serious. Candlelight dinner means he wants something more with you. Don't you understand male behavior? They're going to do the bare minimum to see how far they can go. And seeing as how you're going to do the bare minimum, i.e. not give up the cookies, he's going to wait you out or you're going to wait him out. And the only way he's going to wait you out is because he's attracted to you. Now, listen.
27. And women, we're mature 10 years just ahead. So if you're 27 mentally, you could be 35.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that to say you know better. And the reason he's being casual is because you're showing up casual.
Yeah.
You're looking. You ain't coming with a full beat, hair, nice twist out, heels on.
I am.
Then there's no way. There's no way.
If I could show you a picture first, if I could show you a picture of how I showed up to our last date, which was a semi-casual spot. I had heels on. I had on this beautiful dress from Zara because that's just how I dress. I don't leave out the house casual. I'm walking my dog right now. I was going to wait till I got home.
See, here's the thing that men don't understand. A woman is going to show up when she doesn't have anything other than that to do. She's going to show up. She's going to show up if she thinks you're going to pull out some money, you're going to pull out some flowers and some roses. She's waiting you out to see what you pull out of your back pocket. And she's, how many years younger than her? 13, 14 years younger than you? She expects you to pull out a wallet. And you're not pulling out a wallet. She's going along until she sees the money. That's what it is. Because why would she be on a date with you, dealing with you, not pulling out any flowers or any roses? Because she expects the next date to be the cream of the crop. She expects the next date you're going to pull out roses and wine and rosé. That's what she expects. But you're playing the long game. I'm attracted to her, so she's showing up. That's what the problem is with you men. Just because she shows up doesn't mean she's attracted.
To call in, but I don't leave out the house casual. I was very overdressed, and he actually commented on my heels because I'm 5'9". So with heels on, I'm a little taller. And he was like, oh, he looked at my shoes and was like, oh, heels again. Because on our first date, I wore a dress and heels. So.
Okay, so maybe it's your vibe. Maybe it's the vibe then. If it's not the way you look, maybe you just are casual. Maybe it's the vibe.
Yeah, I think I can be really casual.
But I'm saying you should, raise your standard and expect more is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Raise your standard and expect more. No, that's so sweet. You want to cook me a nice dinner.
She can't do anymore because she doesn't want him.
No, but I prefer, and I would be more comfortable if we go out somewhere. Here's a suggestion. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm going to do that because that's how I feel. I don't know why I didn't say that. I'm just like, oh, dinner's fine. But like, as I just told you, in the innermost parts of me, I'm kind of like, I don't want to be put in an uncomfortable position. So, yeah.
Okay. And you know, I did hear you say, Ash, you know, he's the first older guy that I date, and I'm dating, and I just wanted to be more casual. I didn't want nothing serious. I thought I heard you say that.
Yeah.
So that sounds like
them is the rules for them ugly men. That's a tip for you men. I just want to be casual. I don't want anything serious. We can date. That means she don't want you. You're a placeholder.
you on, you know, I want to do what I want to do kind of time. If you want to do what you want to do, I'm not here to say. You know? But it sounds like you just there for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah.
And when I say good time, I don't mean in a flowers, cards, and candy way. I mean good time in the house.
No. I mean, definitely not good times in that way. I would like to be treated well, but I think I need to do what you said and just raise my standards. Even if I am going about dating casually, just raise my standards, period. As if I were really into you and you're trying to impress me. So, yeah. Okay.
Trust your gut. Okay, yes. Darling?
Trust her gut. She already knows the truth. She knows the truth. She just thought an older man was going to do something out of the ordinary. Flowers, cotton candy, the whole nine. He just thought he was going to go along with the bare minimum and then get the nookie. She was going to be impressed. She was just going to give me everything I wanted because she was too young and dumb to understand that she's supposed to do this, and third. They both have wrong expectations. He expecting something that she ain't willing to get. She just a little bit oblivious, okay? She knows she ain't attracted to that man. You shouldn't even be on no date with no man you ain't attracted to because he's attracted to you, which means he's going to at least try something, a kiss, a nookie, a touch, and you're going to be like, oh, what are you talking? What are you touching me for? That's going to be the first thing she say. I don't want you touching me because she's not attracted to him. And you shouldn't be on no date with no man that you're not attracted to.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Deanna.
All right. Lady and candidate number 3. Now, this one right here is how we were talking casually a little while ago about professional women. You need to know the lane you're in this lifetime. There's only 2 lanes. The professional boss chick lane, or I'm going to put marriage and family and children as a priority. It's one or the other. Usually you're not going to be good at doing both of them at the same time unless your children are older and your children understand that you have to work. That's the only way being a boss woman and a mother works, is when your children are older, meaning around 12, 13 or above. Other than that, it ain't going to work like that.
Well, she said he's from her church.
Let's get the next one.
He's from her church. Hello, Carrie. Carrie?
Hi.
Hello, beauty. Welcome up.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. So I did have a question. It's more of a general question for young women who, I'm 32. So women who are doing well in their careers, are used to being independent. I run into this issue with myself and a couple of my friends. I just feel like a lot of us are not married, and I'm like, I feel like it has something to do with us being brought up to be independent women. And the thing is, it's like when you do meet these men and they are doing well, and they kind of expect a certain thing from a woman, and sometimes you can't be your soft self if you're used to always handling everything. So how to kind of navigate out of that space into, because I mean, I'm girly and all, and I feel like all of the rest of my friends, they still are, but sometimes men expect you, they want the last say, they want, they want to know that they are the man at the end of the day. And I just feel like it's a little.
No, that's not what a man wants to know. They want to know whether if they get with you, you're going to make them and the children that you have a priority on this planet. That's it. That's it. They want to know whether you're going to make them and the children that you all produce together a priority over work. And you cannot do that if you're totally engrossed in your profession. And I get it. Women want to work. We all want to work. We all want to do what we got to do. I get it. I do. But you only have two tracks on this planet, women. A wife and a mother track and a job track, a career track. You can have a job. A job is not a career. Okay? You can work a job and be a mother, because 9 times out of 10, you'll quit that job in a minute. And if your kids need to be picked up or something like that. But when you got a career, you just can't up and quit. And you just can't up and leave and then got to go get kids. There's a difference between the two. And women don't seem to understand that there's different things you're going to have to sacrifice on one or the other. Either you're going to sacrifice being a mother and a wife, or you're going to sacrifice your job. And you have to figure out which one is more important. Otherwise, you're going to be alone.
A bit more difficult for us women who are used to handling things on our own. So what advice do you have?
No, absolutely. I just seen a comment from PL that says, don't you want to break from being in charge? I like that.
Yes.
Don't you want to break?
And I say that all the time. I'm like, I don't want to be the lead. I don't want to be the lead. But it's kind of hard to transition out of.
No, absolutely. And it takes time. And I would have to say I was raised in the same way to be strong, independent. You don't need a man. You don't need this. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Like when it comes to certain things, I think it's great to be independent, have your own money, be able to have your own stuff going on. However, when you're in a relationship, as PL just said in the comments, you should want to take a break. If I'm in front of you, I want you to pick up the bill. I want to be as light as a feather. Yeah. I don't want to turn on boss mode.
But see, here's the thing. Look at it like this, ladies. Look at it like this. Right now, you have a career. You have a job. Look at it like you're setting yourself up for stability. So when the husband and the man comes along, you're set up. You're setting yourself up. You're setting your family up. And the minute he walks in, I would put it like this. If I was a career woman, I'd be like, look, I am this career woman, and I would like to get married. When I get married, I'm going to transition into a job that doesn't require all of my time. When I get pregnant, I will not be working. I will be at home having the children, raising the children. When this time comes, this is how I am going to prioritize my family. This is how you market it to men. You can't market it that I'm a career woman. It won't ever work because someone will not be at home to raise those children. Children have to be raised. Children have to be nurtured. And somebody should be home 3/4 of the time to take care of those children, right? as I explained to other people, I have more education than my husband had. But I knew my job was to raise the children, teach them manners, teach them how to speak, teach them how to read, teach them how to conduct themselves in a store, in a restaurant. That is the female's job. And you cannot be at a job, you cannot be at work raising children, right? Without having some kind of schedule or some kind of structure without a man. You just can't do it if you're going to be married.
I just don't want to do that in front of you. And if I am turning that on, that means you're not, you ain't bringing that energy.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't there. If you feel like you can't just be in your feminine in front of that man, that energy is just not there, if that makes sense.
Okay. And I feel like specifically for myself, I've gotten to the point where like I don't want people to know what I do for a living. Because I feel like then you'll look at me in a totally different light. You know what I mean? And I'm not the girl, you getting paid, huh? Don't do that to me because I will be out.
Whoa, is she a stripper? I meant like OnlyFans chick? What is she talking about?
In a second.
Don't call me big money. Don't call me big money. Do not.
So it's just like, I don't know. And I think we also, as far as me, I think I kind of got to get used to sometimes the egos of men that do have that money. Because baby, they know it and they got it and they know it, type thing. So it's like kind of like a double-edged sword.
See, here's the thing. Not all men are going to have the money that you require, that you keep spouting about. Not all men. It's not that many rich men on the planet, and you ain't her. As long as you know you're not her, stop looking for him, because him ain't going to be looking for you, right? Him is looking for something specific that you ain't fulfilling. You're not going to be able to. Us regular women aren't going to get him. We're going to get a less watered down version. So you need to figure out what's important to you when you want to be in a relationship and you're a career woman. Do I really want to be a career woman? Can I transition down to a better position where all my time is not taken? Can I have enough time off, or can I start a business at home? Can I help my husband do what he got to do in order to take care of me and the children? And maybe I can work when I'm able to, and when the children are a little bit older. If you're a career woman and you're going to set yourself up for success in a relationship, you need to hoard all the money you can. And the minute you get pregnant, that's when you decide when you're going to downsize. No, not when you're going to downsize. You have already put that into place to downsize when you get pregnant. And all the money that you made before you got married, that money should be utilized in order to supplement your money when you don't work. Okay? You cannot be a professional woman and have a successful relationship and think that man is going to be happy with you having the professional relationship, unless you have a house husband. I'm sorry, house husband.
Or like, what do you really want type thing.
But the thing is, why don't you mind them knowing it? Like, does that bother you that they know it? Like, okay, he wants to, he feels powerful. He feels good. Just let him be.
Of course, I want my man to feel good, but it's sometimes I feel like it can come off like pick a number. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't like the type of like, what do you bring to the table type thing. And I feel like I hear a lot, or I get that vibe from a lot of those type men.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm getting that kind of vibe.
That's
like,
you think
but then again, you men can't be asking for what she brings to the table if that's what you want her to do is come home and cook, clean, and do what she got to do, right? You can't be asking her what she brings to the table if she say I just want to be a housewife and I just want to be a mother. You can't get mad at her because that's what you're asking when she has to come bring today. You say you don't care about her money, okay? Then I'm gonna quit my job and be a wife and have babies. That what you want me to do? And then you guys get mad at her because she say she don't want to work. She want to be at home. You got to make up your mind. Which one is it? You either want her to be at home and have the babies and take care of the home, or you want her to be out there in the workforce with you. Okay? Or you want a hybrid, or you want a half and half. There can be half and half. Me and my husband, I worked whenever the kids were young. I worked. Whenever I got pregnant, my husband insisted that I quit working. I didn't work until the child was at least 3 years old and the child could talk. Once the child could talk, I went back to work, right? When the child could talk. My husband was like, got to be able to talk, child got to be able to use bathroom, child, all these things of training that are necessary for a child before the age of 3. You got to teach the child all of this stuff, and then you go back to work and do what you got to do. So in between having children, I worked, but I would stay at home for years at a time, and take care of the kids. You either want her to do that and be a hybrid wife, or you want her to be a stay-at-home wife all the way. But don't get mad at her when she tell you right off the bat, I want to be I want to be a housewife. Don't be mad at her. But then once she says that, she has to live up to being a housewife. She has to live up to that cooking and that cleaning and taking care of the kids and raising those kids. Okay? Don't be mad if she says that.
And
I'm not necessarily being asked that, but like for instance, this guy who I used to date when I was in college, we were just casually talking, and he was like, "Oh, well, yeah, I want somebody to tell me what they bring to the table," and I'm like, "What they bring?" I was like, if you don't find the value in a woman, why are you talking to her? Right. Like, if I just feel like I'm not going to advertise my value to you. I'm not, you came to me looking to me. I'm not gonna, advertise myself. I'm not on a shelf.
So first thing you say is when he says, what do you bring to the table? I would say, ask me as many questions as you like. And through my answers, you'll see what I bring to the table. I'm not going to express what I bring to the table. You will see through the questions that are important to you what my value is. Okay? Because men are visual. You already find me attractive. You already think I'm sexy. You already think I'm worthy of you talking to. Well, let's have a conversation and see if I'm worthy of being around even more. Then you'll know what I bring to the table. That's exactly the response you should give them. Let's have a conversation, and you'll see what I bring to the table.
So yeah, and you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to. The right man is not going to ask you what you bring to the table or even allude to that, is what I'm saying. And what you need to change, Carrie, is you need to change up your approach. I say it all the time. You have to change up your energy and you have to change up your approach.
Every man is going to ask you, and inside of his head, every man is going to say, what is her value to me? What is her value to me? Even if he doesn't say it to you, he's going to say it inside of his head. Okay? He wants to see that you could be a good wife, that you know how to conduct yourself in public, that you don't get loud every time somebody disagrees with you, that you don't conduct yourself in sleazy behavior. Most men want to see these things. They want to see them. They may not ask you about them. They may not say anything, but they want to see. They want to observe you a little bit.
I'm not going to dig too deep here. I would love for you to do a one-on-one with me. The link is AskDaleDalton.com, and I would love to speak to you offline. Like really get in depth. Okay.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Carrie. Thank you, Carrie.
Now, these are 3 examples of ladies. One who doesn't know how the first lady. The first lady didn't understand her worth. She was going along with the program. She was trying to get along in the relationship. She went off. She did hyena behavior. Nobody wants to see hyena behavior. No one wants to see that. I'm embarrassed for you because you don't know how to conduct yourself in relationships. Nobody wants to be called names. Nobody wants to be shouted at, screamed at, told that they're not worthy of your attention. That's how she lost that guy. That was candidate number one. Candidate number two, she was looking for the man to pay for a lifestyle. She kept dragging him along. She's not attracted to him. Oh, but he may come out of his pocket with some money. We don't know. Let me keep seeing him. Oh, I can go to his apartment. I'm not worried about that. I ain't finna sleep with him. I'm not attracted to him. How many women on this planet have thought that same thing and they looked up and they panties around their ankle in the morning? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't ever go on a date with a man you're not attracted to. You say, thank you very much for your interest, and you keep walking, right? And the third lady, this last lady, she's a professional female who doesn't understand her worth in this world. There's two choices on this planet for ladies. Two choices for you. You either want to be a wife and a mother, or you want to be a professional. A professional is different from just a job. Ladies, some of y'all just have jobs. You don't have professions. But understand this. I get that you want to work. I get that you want to make money, but look at it like you're setting yourself up to be a wife. You're setting your family and your household, and you're setting yourself up for success in a relationship. Don't take too long. Don't take too long to start saying, I'm going to scale back on my profession and I'm going to look for a husband specifically. I'd say late 20s if you have a profession, late 20s, because you can always pick your profession back up. I'm saying you can always pick that job back up if it's a profession. And wouldn't you want to raise decent human beings walking on this planet more than you would care about having money? Wouldn't you want your children to be decently raised, or with a mother and a father and family, better than you want your profession? And people say, well, a man has to do things too. Most men are going to come home and kiss their kids goodnight, talk to their kids, spend time with their kids. It's a fallacy. Most of us are not going to marry rich men. We're going to marry regular old Joe Blow that may make 100,000, if that. And then we should be happy with that. You're going to be happy with that. Think about it. I'm not saying subjugate yourself. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is choose one or the other, because you ain't going to be able to do both. It just is what it is. That's how the world works.